Good day guys, and welcome to today's episode of Evakool. On today's episode we're taking this Evakool, which is probably one of the best brands out on the market, and making it a bit better, or at least better to my opinion. So what I did is I went out, I got some ice bricks that fits into the cooler box very well. What I now want to do is I want to build a basket to keep them to the sides after we've packed it in, so that the bricks doesn't fall over to whatever you've packed inside, making it easier when you want to take out stuff, put stuff back in. There's no bricks falling onto the stuff, there's no ice inside that falls into the spaces as you take stuff out, and that makes juice boxes or cheese box or something like that wet as it melts through the course of the 2 or 3 days on a trip. So firstly, to start off, what I did is I measured the inside of the cooler box. Then I had a look at what ice plates is available and what would fit in the best to fill up as much as side space and floor space of the cooler box. So I'm packing 2 at the bottom and then 1 on each side. Next, what we need to do is measure the size on the inside of these ice plates after they've been packed in. To make this easier, I'm just going to masking tape them to the sides to keep them from falling in. Now that all the plate is masked in place so they don't fall over as I try to get the measurements, we can measure the inside and then plan the basket. The basket is going to be made from formal round bar, and then after it's been built we'll send it away for sandblast and powder coating. So the plan is to bend 3 square frames the size of the cooler box on the inside after the blocks has been packed. That would then be stacked on top, and then U-bends, which would be the floor width and the height of the cooler box. I'll now get the round bar, cut them to size and then start bending them. Okay, so I've cut my piece of round bar. I've marked out where my first bend should be. I've got a mark on my bending jig that's on the end of the radius, and I've measured out the length till the end of the radius that I need. So you have these 3 frames bent. Let's weld it and then we can continue with the basket. So I've got the squares welded, grinded nicely. I went and I bent the U pieces that I need. That's going to be sitting from the floor of the cooler box to the top. These frames will be sitting 1 at the top, 1 in the middle and 1 just above the bottom to form the basket. So I'm measuring out exactly where I want them on the top frame, and then I'll weld it to the top frame first. So I'm spacing these 5 centimeters apart. Okay, so there's the completed basket. I've welded everything now and we can fit it into the cooler box. And there it fits snugly, keeping the ice blocks to the side of the cooler box. I will now grind it and take away all the sharp edges, take it for sandblasting and powder coating, and then it's ready to be used. So I've received the basket back from the powder coaters. They sandblasted and PVC coated it for me. Same kind of coating they do on any fridge or refrigerator racking, shelving, that kind of nature that is exposed to moisture. Let's get it unwrapped, packed in the cooler box, and see how this project ended up. So inside the cooler box we fit 7 ice plates. The rack keeps it nice in place, keeps that anything falls around, we can pack stuff in it, take it out, stock it again, drop it back in. Just keeps the cooler box organized. It was an interesting project. I definitely learned a lot. Welding small wires like this I would not recommend to MIG it like I started out with. TIG welding at the end was a lot easier. It definitely gives a better finish and just welds a lot easier. Is this something I'm gonna use? I hope so. I spent quite a bit of time in it. Before I thought it's a very nice idea. On the next adventure we'll test it and then I can give some feedback on if it was worthwhile with the time that went into it, or if it's something that's never going to be used. I thought it's a nifty little project. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to like, subscribe, drop a comment if you want. I'll check out and reply to all the comments. Thank you for watching.